Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Hopefully you are a subscriber already. If not, I hope you like what you see and you decide to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I try to share a video once a day regarding either some cryptocurrency topics, opportunities that I'm currently involved in. I'm on various social media sites, so certainly look underneath the video. There'll be a show more button. Click on that and you'll see all the ways that you can reach me. Also, if you want to become a friend of mine on Facebook, send me a friend request, send me a little note. You know, I still got about 1,000. I'm adding a lot of people, filtering out some people that don't have profiles, don't have profile pictures. So it's if you're looking to do online marketing, business online, growing your network, you got to put your face on the profile. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Create a nice little banner for yourself. Something that's, your passion. Basically, my passion is I want to change the world. I want to change how people think about financial, growth, freedom, all those kind of things. So this was a nice picture that I found that I kind of made my own and put it on my cover page. I certainly didn't create this myself, but I found it on the internet and I reused it for myself. So go out there and find something that you like, something that you really want to focus on, and just make that your profile banner. And also put your picture on here. Very important to get people to know who you are. If you're going to be building a team, if you're looking to build online businesses, everyone wants to know who you are. You can't just hide behind the screen and expect people to follow you. They want to know who you are. They want to know that you're honest. You're looking out for their well-being and all that kind of stuff. So just make sure if you're going to send me a friend request, if you don't have your profile set up, send me a message. It's very important, because if I don't see that you're like-minded, business-oriented, either cryptocurrencies or something else that I'm interested in, I'm not going to just blindly accept people that send me friend requests. I look at their profile, look what they're up to, and I see if they fit into the type of person that I want to network with. So again, just take that extra time and create your profile. It's very important to give people an impression of who you are. All right, so if you do become a friend of mine and you're interested in looking at what I'm up to, you can always click on my picture here and get to my portfolio. So if you're a friend of mine, or if you don't want to become friends on Facebook, you'll see the link in the video description. Click on the show more and look for it. It's my portfolio of opportunities. But very easily, you could just click here, brings up the photo, and then in the description here, I have a shortened link. I use a service called bit.ly.com to shorten the long links into something that's more, less clutter in your message. So if you click here, it'll take you right to my page. So this page right here I've created to lay out all the different opportunities I'm focusing on, give you some background who I am, make sure that I make you aware that this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's going to require you to work hard, but you're building something for yourself. Any proof of income that I show on here is not to try to entice you. More importantly, it's to show you that I'm a normal person just like you, and that you can do exactly what I'm doing. You just got to focus, be committed, be able to be coached a little bit. Maybe your mindset has to shift a little bit from an employee mindset to an entrepreneurial mindset. And you just got to realize that anything that's going to be done, for you, or anything that you need to do, you're going to need to do yourself, right? You can't just rely on other people to do it for you. You got to you got to be resourceful. You got to be self-motivated. You got to be thinking out of the box type of person. You got to be able to know when to change your approach. If it's not working, try something different. Try a couple different things and find out what works best for you. In terms of a brand, you got to build yourself a brand online so that people get to know who you are and what your interests are. You want to show that you care about these people and people that are coming on your team. You're not looking to drag them down the street into your opportunities, But if they come to you for advice or they come to you for guidance, they may be brand new and they may not have an idea of what they're supposed to do next. Now, I don't expect you to spoon feed them all the information, but as a leader, you got to be able to very quickly either have a video that you've created for yourself or some type of training mechanism, or maybe the opportunity that you have has marketing material and guides and procedures and groups that you can put them in to realize that there's a larger team at hand here and you're not the only one. And those are very important. Basically, a successful opportunity is going to have a system that's in place that's simple and easily duplicatable. So you as a leader, you got to plug these people in when they come to you and they don't know what to do, right? But again, don't force anything on anybody. Another reason why I've created this is so that I don't go out and blast everybody that's on my Facebook as friends. I don't blast them text messages and everything like, hey, you should look at this. Hey, you should look at that. I let them know that if they're interested, they can click on my banner at any time. If they're interested, right? If they're curious and what I'm posting, they want to learn more, they can click here and they can always get to my page here. And then from here, you can see what I'm up to. All right, so if you're interested in having a page like this, you could just click right here when you come here and look at mine, and you could join this. You could try it free for a week, and it's only $10 a month. And believe me, you're going to end up making a lot more than $10 a month by using this as basically, this is your storefront, right? If you're a brick and mortar store, you want to show the world that you're serious, so you want to make a nice logo, you want to have, something that's appeasing to people, eye-catching, you want to be unique and different, you want to stand out, so you could pick whatever background you want, you could put whatever you want here. This is what I've decided to do. It's very easily configurable, and I highly recommend, if you have at least one opportunity or you're looking to get a couple opportunities going, create something like this, because you'll have everything in one place, and instead of sending people messages on Facebook, you could just do what I did, right here. If you click on here and you read this, my goal is to assist people in developing residual income. Visit my top performing opportunities. So I let them come to me. I don't force things down anyone's throat. That's not the way you approach people that you want to link arms with, you want to network with, and you want to build a relationship with. You throw it out there, and when they're ready, whenever they're ready, they'll come to you and they'll look at what you're up to and they'll start asking you questions. And maybe some people are shy or whatever and they're not ready yet. So you got to meet people where they are, right? Some people want to crawl, some people want to walk, and some people want to run. You want to just nudge the people that are crawling to let them know what you're up to. People that want to walk, you guide them in the right direction. You show them how to duplicate the system, keep it simple, keep it duplicatable, and make it easy. And then the people that want to run, those are seasoned marketers. You just want to get out of their way, link arm with them at the higher level, basically mastermind and share ideas with each other and just let them run. Stay out of their way. If they're running, there's no reason for you to try to slow them down. Just let them go. All right. So you always want to, have new people coming on board, people at your level and people that are even better than you. You don't necessarily always have to look for people that are new. You want to look for people that are at your level or better, so that maybe you actually learn something from them, right? So that's the other thing. You need to know when to be a student, and you need to know when to be a teacher. And you got to go back and forth between those two mindsets based on your situation, right? So if you have someone that's new, maybe you're their mentor a little bit. You guide them. You give them some information to work on, and in the end, it's up to them. You can't make someone do anything that they don't want to do. If they're not ready, if they have self-doubt, it's just don't spend the time on those people if they're not ready, right? The 80-20 rule, right? You have 100 people, you get 100 people on your team, chances are 80 of them are going to do nothing. They're going to fail. They're going to not even give it a hard shot, like really take it serious and try. And then a lot of them are going to call on a scam, right? Because they failed. And instead of admitting that they didn't do what they needed to do to succeed, They want to blame others. They want to call it a scam. You know, so you've heard this. If you've been around, you've heard this. Everything's a scam. Or even, in fact, some people market with a scam mentality. So stay away from that. Stay positive. Get out of the 9-to-5 employee mindset. Realize you got to do everything yourself. Be resourceful. Google is your friend. YouTube is your friend. I guarantee you almost any question you have or anything that you don't understand, there's either a video on it or there's something on Google that you can learn more about it. So instead of always looking for the easy out and asking someone else to tell you what it is, be resourceful. Go out there and search. Search the YouTube channel, search Google, search forums. If there's a Facebook group of the opportunity you're in, look in that Facebook group first. Now, these are all the things you have to get used to doing for yourself if you're going to succeed, because you can't expect everyone to hand you everything. This isn't a lottery ticket where you just buy a ticket for $10 or you're getting started on an opportunity for $1,000 and you're going to make millions of dollars. It's just not the case. Yes, you can make passive income on some things, but the money is really in the team building and the networking and the leveraging. So everything is about leverage. You want to find ways to leverage the money you're making into other opportunities and all that kind of stuff. So I've already talked about 10 minutes here. Didn't even get into this yet. But basically, my point is, you know, I'm looking for people that are resourceful. I'm looking for people that are leaders. I'm looking for people that are self-motivated. And of course, I embrace new people. This is why I'm doing these videos, to share any knowledge that I have with others that may not know. I mean, I don't know everything, but I probably know more than people that are watching this right now, and people that are watching this may know more than me. So that goes back to that statement: know when to be a teacher, know when to be a student. So never disregard the information you have. Never disregard what you know. There's always somebody that does not know as much as you. And you can share value and you can provide a service by putting yourself out there and learn, teach, and do, right? Learn, do, teach. Learn, do, teach. That's a cycle, right? You learn something new, you teach it, and you do it. You just keep on repeating that over and over and improving your skill sets, improving your mindset, improving your marketing capabilities. Maybe you don't know how to make ad swipe to kind of create curiosity. You know, that takes work. That doesn't just happen. So you got to work on all those things. All right. So anyway, this page right here highlights the opportunities that I'm currently building. I'm building teams with each. Some of these allow you to either put yourself in a position to earn without worrying about building a team right now. And then there's others that require you to build a team to earn. So each of these have a product and service that they provide, and you have to take a look at this and figure out which ones on my page here best reflect what you're interested in, right? So the worst thing you can do is, as a new person or a new marketer, try to force something down someone's throat, right? I mean, just because you're passionate about opportunity A does not mean a person that you meet is going to be so passionate about that same opportunity. And there's nothing wrong with that. So don't get frustrated if people say no to you. The best thing that could possibly happen to you is if you get a no from somebody flat out fast. All that means to you is that person was just not ready, or they were just not interested, right? And you got to realize that everyone that you're going to does not necessarily have to be interested in the opportunity that you're in. It just happens. It's a numbers game. So when that happens, what you do, if you get a no very quickly, if you ask a series of questions to qualify them for your time, and you get a no, that's the best thing that can happen to you. Don't be rude and like, all right, whatever, get them to connect with you on Facebook and say, all right, I'm sorry that what I have right now isn't interesting to you. Why don't we still connect on Facebook, and maybe sometime in the future you'll have something I'm interested in, or maybe something else will come along that I'm involved in that you'll be interested in, and just foster the relationship, right? And just realize that people that say no to you now, if they're connected with you and they're following you, maybe they have to figure stuff out for themselves first before they're even able to think about doing something. So, you know, kind of don't be like abrupt with them, and don't shut them off saying, all right, screw you, I don't want nothing to do with you. That's just not the right, unless they the personality just does not rub well with you, then that's fine. You know, you don't want to get involved with people that you don't like the personality, you don't like their character. Those are very important things. You want to link arms with people that are congruent with you and have the same thought process and the same passions and the same, you know, goals and vision, right? Those are the important things. And the best thing about owning your own business and doing business online is you're able to pick and choose who you work with. So don't think of it as you need them. Think of it as you're interviewing them for your time, and you're interviewing them to join your team. And you want to make sure you pick the right people, right? Because you really want quality over quantity, right? You don't need thousands of people on your team to make a lot of money. You need quality people that get it and are motivated to take it to the next level, or as Grant Cardone says, 10x it, you know, and really work hard at doing things. So, you know, those are all things you have to work through, right? I apologize. It's a little warm. It's supposed to be winter, but it's like almost 70 degrees in the house, so it's warm. All right, anyway. All right, so anyway, yeah, come here, take a look at the opportunities I have here. I do make videos about all these, so if one of these that you read, I went and actually cleaned up some of the writing in here. It was getting a little old. I hadn't updated it in a while, so I kind of refreshed it. I brought in some of the new things that, like, for example, FutureNet has a coin now that you can mine, so I put some information in here. I kind of revised the Future Ad Pro so you can kind of see the very simple aspect of Future Ad Pro is you buy a $10 ad pack, you make $2. You buy 50, you make 10. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Very simple. It doesn't need to be complicated, right? Keep it simple. And then I go through a couple things here. And then I talk about the FutureNet platform. This is a social media site where you could just use it as a social media site, or you can use it and get involved with earning capabilities within there. So yeah, just take a look. Like I said, I refreshed a lot of these. You know, Moneyline, I'm up to almost 300,000 people that I can reach out to every month. It's a very nice system. It creates leads for you every day. So if you're brand new to this and your biggest fear is not having enough people to reach out to, and you want to have more prospects and leads than you have time, so that when you go, like if you just have one person that you're talking to, you're pretty much betting the house on the fact that you could talk to that one person and that one person is going to join your opportunity. But then if you have like thousands of people that you could reach out to in a day, you don't need to worry about that one person that said no. Just like I was talking about earlier, you can move on to the next person and move on to the next person, and kind of just, you know, not put all your eggs in one basket and like try to get that person, right? That's the wrong philosophy. You don't want to get that person. You want to provide the information. You want to explain it very carefully and simply. Don't make it complicated, and then it's really up to them to decide if they're ready. Right? It's on them. It's not about you. It's about them. So don't get, you know, again, if you have more leads than you have time, you're not gonna like get frustrated over one person saying no to you, or that person not calling you back, or whatever method you reach out to talk to them. You have another person you can reach out to. Then you could have another person you can reach out to, and you'll have more people that you actually won't have even enough time to get to. So when that's happening and you're creating that funnel of, you know, people that you're reaching out to, people that you've already talked to, and people that are joining your opportunity, you have that funnel full, you're not going to have time to get, you know, upset and frustrated and thinking that you're failing and it's not working. You're not going to have that problem. You're going to have enough people that you won't even like be able to think about that person that just didn't see it, that didn't get it. You know, just continue on, continue pushing forward. You know, basically what they always say is don't give up before you get it. Don't give up before you're successful. keep pushing through. It's going to be hard at the front end, but then there's that shift that happens, and then you get that leverage and you get the exponential growth, and things start changing for you. Your mindset starts changing, and you start realizing you have what people want as opposed to you needing them. They really need you, and they need you as a leader to guide them and do everything that maybe that leader helped you with. And you're just kind of repeating it down, right? You want to duplicate that in your team to create leaders so they can create depth in your team. So that's why I'm saying you don't need quantity. You need a couple good leaders on each side if it's a binary, and you need to guide them and get them to the level of their self-sustained, and then they'll grow your organization without you even have to getting involved if they're ready to run, right? So again, just kind of talking in general tonight. I'm actually not gonna go over any opportunity in particular. Just kind of gliding through these and talking about each one of these tonight. All right, so Crypto World is a social media platform focused on cryptocurrency. So it's just like Facebook. There's a timeline, there's groups, there's all the things that you're accustomed to. Even on FutureNet, it's the same thing. This is another social media site where you have the capability of really getting connected seriously to people that are really serious about cryptocurrency. So if cryptocurrency is something that you're interested in, this is certainly a platform that you should kind of check out and learn more about. All right. So again, I'm still collecting people that are interested in a new opportunity that's going to launch. Basically, it's going to allow you to connect to your trading platform or allow them to do trade signals. There's going to be signals that are going to come out that are going to allow you to enter trades automatically, or you could do it manually. You'll get the alert and you'll enter it yourself in your own broker account. So if you're interested in getting on the list and getting contacted when more information comes out about this, certainly click here. It just takes you to a little quick sign up page. Right? So just check that out if you're interested. All right, Genesis Mining. This is for people that are looking to passively generate income from mining coins. There's different coins that are available. Some of these come and go. Like I think Bitcoin currently is sold out, but when you could buy the mining contract for as little as $29. And then as time goes on, you could shift your hash power around to focus on a various coin. Whatever coin that's most profitable or the one that you want to focus on, you could move your hash power into one of these other ones. So you don't necessarily have to always stick with Bitcoin. You could buy Dash, and then maybe after a while you want to start accruing Zcash. So you can shift your hash around or get paid out in Zcash and create different coins within. So it's really cool. This right here is a little video from the company to kind of show you where they are and what they're about. And then Ethereum, right? Basically, in March of 16, I got involved with mining Ethereum, where it was at $10, and look where it is now. It's at 900,000. It's looking like it might go to 3,000 this year, and so you can really create some good positions in coins. Maybe you focus on a lower cost one and build it up when it's not really the focus of attention in the crypto market right now. And if the crypto market's going to double and triple or 10x in value, right now it's I think at 500 billion. They're talking about trillions of dollars. Everything is going to multiply, and if you pick a good one or one of the equivalent of a blue chip, it's going to rise as the market cap rises. So MMT is also another mining platform where you could buy. You can either buy shared pools that are connected to a mining machine rig, or you could buy your own mining rig. And basically it takes about 5 to 6 months to get the money back that you put into this, and then after that it's all positive. So you should take a look at this if that's interesting to you. Conversion Pros is a marketing platform where You can build your own pages. Like if you saw that page I had for that new opportunity, I created that myself. And it's good to do that because you can brand yourself. You could be unique. You could be different, and you can put like an introduction video, like, hey, this is who I am. This is why I think you might be interested in this opportunity. You know, you can do this in your spare time. You could do this not affecting what you're currently doing. All those kind of messages that you want to connect with people, and you want to try and connect with them within like a minute or so. Just keep it very short, right? You just want to let them know who you are, and if they're interested, click the button and they can see more information about it. And then, you know, you could always put your Facebook links or some other links to drive them back to, for example, this page or my YouTube channel. You could have all that in there. So, and the nice thing about this opportunity is they have a bunch of training. They have a bunch of training that will teach you how to market on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Craigslist, all those different social media platforms that maybe you don't even know anything about right now, even how to approach, you know, marketing. And then they actually walk you through the steps to make a sales funnel, to make a capture page, to make a landing page. They have a system where you can send SMS messages to your list if that's what you want to do. You could buy leads. Now, I would be careful about buying leads, even though there's nothing wrong with this company offering that. You know, it's better to organically grow your leads through YouTube, Snapchat, you know, all the other, Periscope. All those other ways are better than just buying random people leads, right? That's like you, unfortunately, not you. Let me generalize it. New people, newbies, new people that are just starting, that don't know any better. A lot of times what they do is they just, hey, check out this link, get started. And they just send their link. They don't even try to get connected with that person and share who they are. And that's what's basically happening when you're buying leads, right? You're basically going to someone cold, and they don't even get a chance to know who you are. Unless you use, actually, if you use the sales funnel to introduce yourself to these random people, and you're good at making that video, or you practice making that video, and you connect with them, then at least you got their attention, and then now maybe you can foster a virtual relationship with them to connect with them. And basically what you would do is you would send them to the capture page and the landing page, get yourself introduced to them, and then after they click on it, they get entered into your list, right? They become a prospect on your list. Now that list, what you would do is you would create an autoresponder. Then you would create a series of emails that give them a little bit more information about the opportunity that they're interested in. Maybe you give them a little PDF report of some social media or some earning potential, some more information that's basically going to give them value, right? It's basically called a capture magnet, and you want to kind of keep showing them that you have you're providing a service. Maybe it's even a link to a YouTube video that you made for yourself, something to kind of foster that virtually for them to get to know who you are and to realize that you're a leader. Realize that maybe they want to follow you, maybe they want to link arms with you, mastermind with you, all those kind of things. And you do that by sending out these emails over time to keep them warm, right? You take them from a cold lead to a warm lead, and you continue to give them value, more value, more value, more value. And the more value you get, the more that they see that you're not just what do they call it, a commission junkie, where you just want to sign them up and forget about them. You don't want to do that. You want to always provide value and service, be available for them. But if they become a person that just always wants all the answers and are not doing nothing for themselves, you got to kind of push back a little bit, because the last thing you want to do is be a manager, right? When you first get started and you have one person or two people on your team, yes, you can spend time with those couple people. But just think about it. It's all about leverage and scaling. When you get from those two people, now you're at 20 or 200 or 2,000. Think about trying to talk to 2,000 people at the same level that you spoke to the first two, right? It's not humanly possible. So you got to be efficient with your time. You got to leverage your time, and you do that by making these videos. You do that by making webinars. Maybe you do a Facebook, real live stream on Google or YouTube, and you connect with your team in that way where you're talking to the masses as opposed to one person at a time. New people may not understand that, but when, maybe they're hearing this now and they'll see it's just humanly impossible when you have tens and thousands of people on your team for you to spend an hour, 2 hours with that person, walking them through, spoon feeding them all the information. It's just not possible. So very quickly, you could do that when you first get started to just get into the mix. But you got to very quickly move over to something that's going to be duplicatable and scalable. Very important. And then I'll leave it with this. If you're doing this part-time, you hear a lot of people that you should quit your job and dive deep into this and just entrench yourself in it and live it. The guy that I follow, what's his name? I can't think of his name. Anyway, he basically suggests, and he talks about it, and he basically says, if you can't earn and produce some type of level of income at a part-time basis, which it's not impeding on what you're currently doing, at a part-time level, what makes you think you're going to do it at a full-time level? So basically what that means is learn the skills. Get used to the online business, the marketing aspects. Change your mindset. It's all going to take time. It's a journey, right? And so basically, I'm not saying go slow, but think hard about getting to the point where you're generating a positive cash flow at a part-time basis before you decide to quit your job and go full-time. Because if you can't do it part-time, you're just going to do it worse even full-time, right? You're doing something wrong. Either you haven't learned the skills, you're procrastinating, you're not doing income producing activities, IPA. You're spending a lot of time doing things, but you're not doing things that are efficient and getting you to the end goal. So these are all conversations we would have if you're on my team. But, again, I just wanted to kind of let you know what you guys got to think about when you're first starting out. Don't go and quit your job. Be smart about it. Work on it part-time until you get to the point where you're earning, you'll know when the time is right. You'll know the time is right when whatever you're doing now becomes an obstacle for you to do even more part-time than you're doing in your full-time career or whatever you're doing. Right? When that becomes a problem and you're earning that kind of money part-time, or maybe even making more than you make full-time part-time, and you're consistently doing it, you'll know the time is right. So just take that information, digest it, think about it hard, and I'm not saying run fast. If you're ready to run hard, be committed, and really focus on doing it, it could be done. But my point is, don't think that it's going to be easy and it's just going to happen, and then you quit your job, and next thing you know, you're not making money online, you have no income coming in, and you get yourself in a bad space. You don't want that. So, anyway, all right. So that's basically the overview. This is just my blog. You can come here and take a look at my blog, if it ever loads. Yeah. So, I create some content here for you guys to read. Sometimes there's videos on here, and then of course, the blog is to drive traffic to your blog. The idea is to drive traffic to your blog so you can provide some value, and then while people are getting to know who you are, what you're up to, or the interesting articles that you have here, they'll see the things on the side here, and they may decide. I gotta fix that. That's a small. I gotta make that bigger. They may decide that they're interested in looking at one of these, right? And all they got to do is click here, or if they want to go to my portfolio again, right here. And I believe, I thought there's a way, maybe I don't have it on here. Maybe I think it's inside the actual articles. Yeah. So I kind of put myself here. All these links are ways that you guys can get in touch with me. And yeah. So anyway, if you're interested in my blog, come take a look at it. There's a lot of articles. I think I've this blog is like 3 years old now. So yeah, see, there's a video that I embed. And the key is, okay, guys, the last thing I'm going to say here, and then I'm going to get into some analysis of some of these coins, Bitcoin and Neo. The idea is when someone leaves your site here and they go to one of your other sites, you always want to make it possible for them to get back to you in some way. You want to be able to get them to click on your link to get back to your YouTube channel. Maybe you want them to go to your Facebook page to become a friend request to you, or maybe you want them to join Crypto World or FutureNet, or connect with you on Instagram or Twitter. This is very important. This is allowing them to stay connected with you and see something else that you're up to, right? You always want to do that. You don't want to just have them come here and be dead-ended and not be able to get back to you. So with that in mind, I'm sorry if this is playing. I didn't realize it was playing. With that in mind, I actually have this. Look, if you click here, look what happens. Come right back here. So you don't lose them. And then here, I think this is a way for you to just send me a friend request. Right here, you can go right to my Facebook page. Boom. Now you can send me a friend request. So that's like a mesh network that you want to create of all your different things. That you want to have them all linking back to each other, so that no matter where this person goes, they can get back to where they were without a hard time. Because if they're having a hard time to find out where the heck they are, they're going to give up. And they're going to just move on to the next thing, right? It's nothing against them. It's just human nature, right? They get ADD, they lose focus, and then now they're off shooting on something else. And then you may have lost the possibility of having that person link arms with you. So, all right, guys, hang on 1 second. Hey guys, I'm back. Alright, sorry about that. I had to use the men's room. So I don't remember if I mentioned that we actually did hit our goal of let's see where I am here. I'm not going to bother showing it, but on my YouTube channel we hit 1,000 subscribers. So thank you everyone that's watching this, that's subscribed to my YouTube channel. So with that in mind, I am actually going to give away $100 of Ethereum for this video. So make sure if you're watching this for the first time and you're not a subscriber to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because that's one of the requirements to be part of this giveaway. You can like and share it as well. I really appreciate that to build the subscriber base even more. So if you're, turn on notifications so you can get an email alert of my next giveaway, and of course, the content that I'm putting out, you'll get an email alert with a new video, and you'll know, you'll see the title, and you'll see if you're interested, and you can come and take a look at it. So congratulations for getting us to that level. So after this video, I'm giving, in the comments below, comment something about the video, or something you liked or disliked, or something you'd like to see. Put your Ethereum wallet address in the comment, and also make sure to subscribe, because the next giveaway is not going to be until we hit 1,100 subscribers. So I'm going to wait for the next 100 to give away another 100. So you guys gotta please share my channel. Get the subscriber base up higher, get us to 1,100, and then I'll do another giveaway. So anyone that's watching this now, for this video only, we're going to be giving away $100. Until we hit the next threshold of 1,100 subscribers, that's when I'll give away another $100. So make sure you subscribe for your chance. Make sure you put your information in the comments. And when I make my next video tomorrow, I'll take all the people that commented. I'll try to wait 24 hours or close to 24 hours to give everyone a chance. I'll do a random selection. You can see on one of my old ones how I use the website that does it automatically for me. And whoever that is, I'll send them, during that video, I'll send out $100 worth of Ethereum. So congratulations for everyone that subscribed and got us to 1,000. Now let's work on 1,100 for the next giveaway. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to follow up on a couple of the coins that we've been talking about. So here is a chart for Bitcoin. I just want to kind of show you. Let me just kind of get zoomed in here. So you see this right here. I want to bring you an old picture here from my last discussion. So at this point in time, we weren't here yet, and you know, I kind of thought that we were gonna continue in the upward momentum, and maybe at worst case come down to the 0.5 and bounce off that and go up. Now I was wrong. So this is why it's important for you guys to realize I am not giving you signals to trade. This is just me analyzing the charts, and I'm a bull at heart, so I don't really want to see the negativity happening here on this. But you know, I was wrong. So when you come back here, that green line right there that I have here is an indicator where I thought it was going to hit and bounce and continue going up, but it ended up breaking right through it. And what I want to do is talk about that a little bit, and why it happened, or maybe what my thought process was and why it might have been wrong. Various reasons, right? So it did bounce. It hit it and bounced, and it went up. But unfortunately, the way the wave played out, that was only the 4th wave, and we still had another 5 wave. So, you know, it was legit because the 1 and 4 didn't overlap. But then the 5th wave cracked right through it, and then, you know, that completed the first wave of a bigger wave. And then we started having the retracements of that. And before you know it, you know, the bigger wave had, you know, completed. And then, you know, even the larger wave, you know, the retracement of the larger wave was completed. So I believe, you know, it's still even very bullish what happened here. So I want to show you. Let me zoom out a little further. I hate when that happens. I have to fix that later. Let me just go to the day chart and fix that real quick. I moved the whole pitchfork. Sorry, guys. I moved this. See how this got moved? Gotta tweak it back to. What a pain. I seem to always have technical difficulties with the chartings. Where are we here? Wow. Alright. There's that, and what's that? That's that. Did I screw that up? Kinda did. Alright. Alright, sorry about that. I know it's a waste of your time to see me be fixing this, but it's important because the analysis is kind of based on that, and I want to make sure you guys see what the thought process was. Alright, so if you take... Alright, this is all off too here. What the heck happened here? Alright, that's close enough for now. Alright, so what I'm really trying to get at down here is I wanted to show you at a higher level how much this really has moved. I mean, it went from like 6,000 all the way up to almost 12. So it almost doubled within less than a month. Like the 7th, the 6th, today's the 20th. So like 15 days, 2 weeks, it's gone on a big move. And really take a look at it. If you take the Fibonacci from down here, from the low to the high, which is somewhere around there, what you're going to see is it retraced down to here, which is just below 23%, which is very bullish. Now, some people are actually suggesting that we're not done with the retracement, and that, you know, it can go down to like 10,000, which is still very shallow if you think about the entire move, right? I mean, if you really want to do a retracement, it should really go down to 30, 38. So there's competing concerns there, but what I want to kind of show you, for that to happen, this would have to be a 5 wave that's going to complete down here. And I want to show you my thoughts on why I don't think that's going to happen. And that is because if you zoom in here at a lower level, so you can see more stuff. What are the requirements of an Elliot wave, right? There's certain specific requirements, and I still have this pitchfork off, but basically I wanted to hit this bottom should be at the bottom here. I'm not going to worry about it right now. What the requirement of an Elliot wave is that the 5th wave, you know, the first wave goes into the 2nd, goes into the 3rd, goes into the 4th, and goes into the 5th. Right? If if this was going to continue, what people are suggesting is that this is going to get very cluttered, but let me try it. Hopefully you guys can see it. Maybe I can make it a different color. That would help. Let me make it yellow, just so it stands out. Well, people are suggesting like the wave isn't done and this is, you know, it hasn't completed yet, and that would have to make this the Elliot wave count. This would have to be wave 1, and then this one, if this was going to continue, this would be the beginning of wave 3 and 4. But look where 4 goes, and then there would be a 5 somewhere down here in 96, like what I was just talking about. That's what some people are talking about, but if you remember what we talk about Elliot wave is wave 1 and wave 4 cannot overlap. So this breaks down the theory of this being the wave count, because 4 is in the zone here. For this to be valid, this retracement back up had to stay something like this. So the fact that we're going higher here and we've gone into wave 1 and 2, wave 2 territory with wave 3 and 4. I'm sorry, 4. Wave 2 and 4. Since 4 went into the area of 2, it breaks down, and the valid, you know, this is not a valid Elliot wave. I guess you could assume also, but this is very bad if this is the case. You know, I guess you can assume this, but this is just crazy if it is. You know, that wave 1 is all the way down here. And this is wave 2. You know, and now we're just getting involved with wave 3, you know, wave 4, and wave 5. I mean, that would be really bad. You know, because you would want to match these levels. You know, there's a lot going on here though, but these are, you could see there's a 5 count there. There's a 5 count here. There's a 5 count here. You know, it's I don't think this is it, because I mean this would really be a deep let's just for the heck of it see where this would end up if this ends up being the real count. So this is what I'm saying. This Elliot Wave is not like a definite layout here. You got to kind of tweak it as you're getting more information. You got to possibly change up your thought process and try different things. So what we would have to do here is, if this is the reality and now it's headed back down, we would have to do a extension from here to here to here to start getting some possible targets. I wasn't too far off on 3. So 3 I typically align at the 1, and then the 5 I usually align at the 1.6. And then what you do is, if this is a shallow retracement, I usually kind of just bring this close to 1. So this is what this would look like if this was just noise in between to get down to the real 1. I guess it could be. But these are all things you got to think about, right? Alright, so to figure out how deep these should be, you have to do this. You got to do, a fib retracement from here to here. This one, like at this level, is very shallow. So that means this next one would be deep. So they usually alternate. One's deep, the other one's shallow, or the one's shallow, the other one's deep. So let's check to see what this one would be if this had to be deep. Yeah, not too far off. Somewhere around there. And you'd have to make sure it's above 1 or it would be invalid. So this hits the the negative the deep retracement by having it right there. So I mean, this is a very bearish Elliot Wave count. If this was what really turns out to be. So, I mean, at a larger scale, this, it could be head and shoulders. I mean, it is symmetrical. This could be the head. I think let me see where that is. There is a. Here it is. I really don't draw these out too much, so let's just see. Left shoulder. It is in head and shoulder, so I think the important thing is to see. We got to watch what's happening here, right? The key is going to be if we can continue up and hit this long-term trend line that's connected all the way up to the top of 20,000. When you go back and you look, hit this line right here. This is the very important. You can get rid of this head and shoulder. This is going to basically tell us when it's going to change. It's going to require us to get up to 11.5 or so, 11.3, somewhere around there. You could take a look at it real quick by zooming in. Let me go down to the 1 hour chart. We'll get some more resolution. I'm going to get rid of this for now, just so that it's less cluttered. Yeah, I mean, this is arbitrary, right? I mean, the way I have this drawn, let me just clean it up a little bit. Let me spread it out a little bit for you so you can kind of see what I mean here. here, and then here. Alright, so those are the important levels. Let me just move these. Let me move this out a little bit. And so far, it's looking like it hit. Well, actually, let me tweak this. So you can see I was a little off here, and I actually went to this pitchfork fib level. So it actually went up to here. So you just got to kind of tweak. You know, you got to tweak your can't think tonight. Your Elliot Wave as real information comes in. So, I mean, you could kind of see the slope. I mean, you usually try to match it to this one, but this seems like it might be a little slower action. So this is kind of gonna kind of modify our anticipated levels here a little bit because it went higher than I thought. So what we have to do is we have to do another retracement. We have to estimate from here to here, you know, where this is going to be, and you basically do that by using a Fibonacci as well. Okay, so it's still, this is like the perfect target. This is where you'd really want to see. Let me get that out of the way. This is where you'd really want to see it happen. You just kind of got to tweak with the slope, right? Remember, I always say the target is more important than the date and time. You know, this is where we're looking for it to come back down, 10,500. And then from there, once we have that set, and we take our retracement level and we pick off that point right there, then this is going to help me revise these levels. So what we got to do now is move this up a little bit. We got to move this up to be valid. It has to be above here. So 4 and 1 of this larger one can't overlap. So you can see right here we have to do some more adjusting. So we got to move this over a little bit so we can create a realistic slope here to match, you know, the 1.0. That's basically, this is my conservative way. I see people going higher, but basically I aim for the first target at 1.0 and then 1.68. I mean 1.618 as the next level. So you see how this went higher, but yet it's still actually this is lining up even more towards a resistance level. I want to show you where this goes to in a minute. So again, you know, I want to set up wave 3 to 1.0, and then, you know, to be in a valid Elliot wave, you have to assume that this is not going to retrace any lower than this point. So you set that there, and then you set this, the target of the end of 5, the Elliot wave, the final run, at 1.618. So that's how you kind of figure out the near term. If it follows this progression, it's telling us that we can get up to 11, almost 11.6. which would break through this threshold, which would be very important if we can actually accomplish this. Alright. Alright, so what else did I want to show you? I mentioned that I wanted to show you something else. Oh, this level here. So you see where 5 ends up ending up? There's resistance here, right? Ceiling here. Where else? There's got to be more back here. You come back here and you look, you see this white line right here. You start seeing that there is, right? Start focusing in a little bit closer. You start seeing all these wicks. You see these wicks? That's all resistance. This is a very hard level for Bitcoin to break through. There's a lot of wicking going on here, right? So there was a lot of hesitation on the way up. And then on the way down, it kind of hovered around these 2 points. So these 2 points right here, this white line and this white line is a range where I think, you know, on the run that we're looking at here for Bitcoin, it's going to face a lot of resistance right here. A lot of this zone right here. Let me move this box. This is meaningless down here now. I can move this over here. this zone right here, there's going to be a lot of resistance. And it makes sense because it's hitting this trend line as well, right? So what I did want to also show you that once, let me just fix this since it's right here. So what I wanted to show you once I get this tweaked the right way. You know, this pitchfork that we've had on here, you know, is still representing a lot. And if you can see down here on the low end, this at the end of wave 5 pretty much ended right at the edge of this at the end of this pitchfork, the outer bound here, right? See how it bounced off? And it looks like we're right on track here. It looks like it's going to probably come down to 2. You know, we just hope that it stops at 10,005 or so and goes back up. That'll be good news if it follows this path. That means that that other alternate, like, you know, going down to 9,500 is not going to take place. You know, otherwise, this is where everyone else is. You know, a lot of people online were saying it's going to go down to here. I mean, it would be a very healthy correction, but it would make a lot of people upset because it broke through 10,000. So if it is going to come down, I hope it bounces off 10,000. You know, which it could, because there's a fib level right here. So if it does come down hard, you know, 10,000 is not unrealistic. And as time goes on, the further, see, if you start, another cool thing about pitchforks is if you play these bounces off these levels, you get in here as time goes on, you could move up your stop loss to track a couple, you know, a little bit below this pitchfork. And you can see how like you could put your stop loss right there. And what you do is as time's going on, right, you buy in here, and even if it just kind of just follows this channel upward, it's kind of guaranteeing you a profit if it follows this channel, because you bought in here, say for example at 10, let's say 10,200. And then right here, you know, if it gets to here, you know, it's still following this channel, but it's staying within the channel. Now you're up $400, right? Because it's at 10,006 now. So you pretty much locked yourself in some profit. So even if it breaks out here, you're gonna sell maybe at worst case 10.5. So you bought in at 10.2, you get out because of the stop loss at 10.5, and you still make, you know, $300. So you see how it's very important in an upward trend to always buy at these bottoms and not at the tops, right? In whatever channel it's created, always look on an upward trending market. You buy at these lows, and you just hope that it follows the channel higher and higher, and you keep keep moving up your stop loss to track it, you know, a couple dollars. Let's see what I have here. Could do the measure tool. Like from here to here, what do I have it set at? It's like $40, right? $60. So, worst case scenario, right here, you get in, you know, whatever, depending on your risk level, you want to set like a 2 to 3% stop loss. And you want to play these channels, and you want to play the pitchforks, because it's a high probability that it's going to stay within these channels. It's not going to breach them. So if you could set up a stop loss that's going to track it $60 away from whatever the current price is, all the way up this channel, you know, not only right here, if something happens and it goes right through, you lose $60. If it happens that it goes through up here, you know, you bought in at 10.2, right? And now you sold at 10.5. So yeah, you took away $60 more of your profit that you could have got if you would have just sold here, but still you're in the money, right? So that's what it is. That's risk management. You want to always make sure you have a tracking stop loss, and you got to hide your stop losses like in smart spots, right? So another thing you can do, I mean, if you don't want to do what I said here, if you if you would have waited for this bottom and you would have got in here, you want to hide your stop loss below this as it bounces off, right? And then as it's going up and it bounces and it goes up here, now your stop loss could be moved up to here. Let me just get out of this and make this a little smaller. Let's make this a little smaller for purposes of explaining something to you guys. So, like if you got in at the bottom there, you would set your stop loss something like this. Then as it rode its way up, if you're going to be a long-term holder and you want the run to follow, after it hits this high and retraces back down and starts going back up, then you would move this stop loss to hide it right here, right? And then as it goes up, bounces back down here, you're tracking your Elliot waves, you know it's going to end here, you want to put your stop loss here now. So now you're guaranteeing that you got in here and you're going to get out worst case somewhere over here. You're locking in, you're locking in this, the price difference between here and here. The magnet is screwing me up a little bit. So you're locking in for sure a 3.64 gain because now you moved your stop loss up here. Now once Elliot Wave 5 stops, you really should consider maybe liquidating 50% of your your position to lock in some profits. And then once you do your analysis, if this is the high, this is the low, you take an estimate of how deep you think it's going to retrace, and you start figuring out resistance levels. Okay, maybe this is where it might go because there's a peak here, it might hit a floor there, or will it stop here at 3.8? Looks like right now it's going past that, but it does see some strength right here. So maybe it won't go down to the 0.5 and the 0.168. This is like the most healthy retracement that can happen. Anything deeper shows weakness, and if it's shallow like 3.8, that means it's very strong upward momentum, right? 3.8 is very strong. 5.0 is very targeted to the algorithms and such, and a lot of times you'll see it where what you want to do is as this is hitting 3.8, if you have a way to build your position, you want to buy in at different levels. And you want to build your position so that you're cost averaging down to the bottom. And if you believe, you start building in, you buy 5, instead of buying it all at one time, you buy in portions. You buy 20% up here, 20% here, 20% here, 20% here, or however much you're going to spend. If you're going to spend, say, $10,000 on one Bitcoin, you sold 1 Bitcoin worth up here. Now you want to buy back in about 1 Bitcoin, and you're going to start buying, Bitcoin's price, whatever the price is here, till you use up the equivalent of money that you want to put into it. And then right there you average that out, and then there's a median, right? Then your median price is going to be somewhere over in the middle of these lines of whatever you've bought into. It's going to be somewhere in the middle. Now you're positioned with your entry right here, and as it starts going up, you've built a position. You don't want to go all in on one specific buy unless you see, if you wait another 10 minutes and you actually see that this is another candle, there's a wick here and it stops here, but it looks like it's going down to 5. But just for example, if you saw that it's kind of hit a floor here and it's going to start going positive, as you get a positive wick, you can see how it's hitting 0.5. So if you would have bought everything here, now you'd be negative, right? So now you'd have to wait for it to bottom out and come all the way up here before you're positive again. So it's important to buy, different, divide your whatever position you want to buy, divide it by at least 3. Buy in like 3 different times, or maybe even more. Now you can see right here, it got a lot of strength off of 0.5. And we'll see. We'll come back to this. I'm going to move on to NEO. Although it's already an hour, maybe I won't do Neo. I don't want to make this way too long. Well, anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another line in the sand, so to speak. We'll do it right here. Yeah, we'll keep it orange. Let's make it kind of strong so we know exactly where it was. Alright, so that's where we ended this video, where this was, and we'll see. We'll see if it stopped at 0.5 or if it went down to 618. So now here's a couple things to think about. If it didn't stop at, if it didn't go down to 6.8, you have to adjust this, right? You have to adjust this level to represent that, and then you got to go back and you got to recalculate the retracement and the new targets based on the fact that this didn't go down. So for example, just to give you an example before this closes out, if it stays right here, let's see what the retracement tool tells us we have to adjust to now. So you take this. This is how you do it real time on the chart. So okay, if this is reality now and what you thought was wrong, now this is the new targets. So you see how now if this holds, target 3 has to be moved up a little bit. So it gets better, right? It shows more bullish strength. And what that means is this is 0.5, so that's still considered a deep retracement. Now what you got to do is you got to figure out where the retracement of 3 to 4 is. So you take it from 2, you go up to 3, and now instead of being at 0.5, which is deep, if this was deep, this is shallow. If this is shallow, this is deep. So this was deep. So now we got to tweak this to be, not that. We got to tweak this to only come down to 3. So it kind of makes sense. It's going to hit this fib level right here. You see the pitchfork? See how things all line up? This is not by chance. This is all mathematical equations. The algorithms that are operating on this thing is all mathematical. They have Elliot Waves, Fibonacci levels. All that stuff is built into these algorithms. So that's why you're seeing the price action following very planned out points, right? 0.5 is very, I've heard other technical analysis people talk about it, where 50% retracement of a run is an algorithm target. It's very common where algorithms will start buying or selling based on it that retracement hitting that level. So that should always be like if you shorted here, you should always consider taking a profit before it hits it, right? Or if you bought here, what's the other one? So if you're looking to buy in and you missed the high, I mean, you don't want to buy into high, you want to wait for a retracement. One of the target entry prices could be 0.5, like I mentioned earlier. So you might want to buy back in here after this hits level, the 5 wave ends and it retraces down 0.5, which is halfway the distance between here and here. 0.5 back is a good possible entry price, right? So at this point, we tweak that, and going back, the final thing, I should have done it while I had the other tool already targeted. You have to find the final, right? So this is linked to point. I mean, this is linked to 100% move, and this is 1.618. So you gotta tweak it because everything got shifted up slightly. So you gotta go back and you gotta kind of retweak the levels. So I already reset 3 there. We figured out the depth there, and now what happens with 5? 5 has to be moved up a little bit because now. Not that. Actually, that too. Right? And now we want to move 5 up to here. And we move the line up to there. And we'll see what that means. Alright, so again, now you go back and you want to look again to see, okay, well, does that make sense? Does that make sense? Alright, at this level, let's see what's happening. Okay, you can already see that we did have some wicking action at this level, right? It's close to this level right here. right here, right? And go back further. You pull this over here, and you expand it a little bit, and you look closer. Okay, look, you got more wicks. Boom, it hit it, went down. Hit it, went down. Hit it, went down. So that kind of makes sense that that could be a final target for the fifth wave, just because it's a lot of upward resistance here. So it's still holding true of a possible target, and it's all based on Fibonacci. It's all based on things that have been programmed into the auto trader things that are going on, the bots and everything else that's being that are playing this game and automatically buying and selling this thing. So yeah, so that's where we are. It does look like we got like 3 minutes left, but I don't want to hold this video on. Oh, you know what? Real quick, while this is happening, let me just show you this other thing. Let's focus on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin. So again, I talk about it every once in a while, but this is a trend trading platform that I use for signals. So as you can see, you know, we're getting some greens here. There was some negative, right, as it went down. But now, you know, let's see what the current price is. 10.5, but it was higher when I captured this. It was up here. So 10.824. So 10.824, you would have gotten into this position right here. You would have bought, and the stop loss is 10.538. Where are we now? All right, so it hasn't hit there yet. 10.5. Okay, it would have hit. You would have been stopped out. Oh, actually, no. You know what happens? You wouldn't have taken that position yet. I mean, where the heck am I here? I am totally lost here. Is this the one? This one. You wouldn't have taken this yet because these trades get executed at whatever time level. So whatever time snap I took this, the 60-minute wasn't there yet, and chances are, I can look at it again. Where are we here? Let me just do something real quick. This is at the 60-minute level. Yeah, it would have had you take the trade, but it wouldn't actually have you sell it until another hour and it hits that 533. Now the difference here is also the stop loss is you gotta kind of decide for yourself where to set the stop loss. But the last snapshot would have been you would have been down 0.02% right now on this position. But if you did the analysis for yourself, if you did the analysis and it holds and it looks like it's holding, you know, so maybe this is here, right? Maybe this is here. That's where this one ends. So now the next, within another, just started. So right now it's moving back up. You know, it's at 8.15, and if this is true, it's going to trek all the way up to 11.256. And let's see what this thing had as a target. 11.289. So it's very close to my analysis where I'm showing you that 289 it has. So 289. So it's saying basically it's going to get past 1.0 just by a little bit right here. But this is where we, without even looking at this is where we kind of figured wave 3 is going to end, right? right here. So, you know, instead of maybe even instead of waiting for 289, you know, I personally probably would set a sell limit if I was looking to get out at 267. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting out a little bit before the top, because you can miss it. It could, you know, shoot right back down and start into 4, and then you lost all your gains. So you got to kind of play that by ear and figure out for yourself what the right number is as you're approaching this 3. I mean, at a minimum, I would put it right on 262. You know, you're losing out on like $20 if you go by this. And you know, the important thing to note here, if and when you decide to get started with the opportunity that I have, that you can get access to this, they're taking the average of a bunch of different exchanges. This isn't just one exchange. This is an average of a bunch of exchanges to get the average price, you know, the average targets, you know, so this is an average. So this is just kind of like, you know, if you had nothing and you didn't want to go through all this analysis that I'm showing you guys, you could very easily just look here and say, okay, well, this system is suggesting, if I wanted to do my own trades, that these are some areas of interest to look at. So the first sell would be here, that this is where you would sell 50% of your position. And then the system is saying, okay, well, then the next 25% you would sell here. And then the last 25% you would continue to adjust your stop loss higher based on this the suggestions that it's going to suggest you in the next hour when you look at it again. If it's going up, this number is going to track it higher as well. So you would let that last 25% run, and you could see some of the results, right? I mean, if you would have taken this position when it suggested it, you'd be up 2.8%. You would have taken this, you'd be up 1.8. Of course, unfortunately, you know, there's not always wins. You have a little bit of a loss here. This one's probably going to get stopped out. If this target's hit, this is going to get stopped out, and you'll end up losing a little bit probably. But, like, you know, this got closed out, and you know, this one's a longer term, so it's allowing for a lot of swings. So, you know, it's allowing you to go as low as 8,500, and, you know, basically on a daily chart, it's suggesting that it can get as high as 14,595 and 18,901. And right now you're up 5. You've been in it for 7 days, and you're up 5%. So it's a really cool thing. And again, I'll leave it off at that. But what I want to check, actually, so we kind of nailed, where is it? We nailed the target 3 to be very close to that. Let's look at target 5. Let's see if target 5 is at 11,520. So let's go here. Let's see where this ends up being. We just tweaked it just a minute ago. All right, we're a couple $100 off here. So it's basically saying that it would be sold somewhere around here, which is closer to 1.414. So yeah, I mean, you do your analysis, you use that as another you know, quantifier. Like, okay, is this true? Is this real? And maybe it just needs to be updated. But basically, it's saying, you know, to sell it at 5. And I guess it depends how quick it gets up here, right? So if this, you know, if we move this to the left, I could see how it might tell you to sell here because it is fib level, right? You got that resistance right here, and it's probably related to another. Let's see, 5. Yeah, see, it's right on here. It's right on the peak of this one. So it's analyzed it, and it's realizing that there's going to be a ceiling hit right around here. And basically it's suggesting, you know, based on where's 5? Here. So it's suggesting somewhere around here. I'm gonna lock it in there just to see if it actually hits in the same timeline. But yeah, that fib level is important. If that's where it's gonna be, it's gonna hit some resistance here. They may not make it up to the 161. You know, I always target 161. So let me just bring it back. Now, I was saying it was going to take longer, and it would still hit the fib, but we would see it a little further along. You know, so 161. You know, ride this wave up here. Boom! It hits the ceiling. That's the end. So all right. So that's it. Hi guys, and I know this is another long video, but closing out here real quick. If you're interested in gaining access to something like this to use to assist you in your analysis and decide for yourself when to do it, this doesn't do any kind of trading for you. That's just a website that produces a report for you. When you ask it for a report, it puts it up. It basically gives you the real-time analysis of what it's calculated. And then it's up to you to do your own trades and decide if it's for you and do your own risk management. But it's a nice way, like based on what I just did here, I showed you, we do the analysis based on live price movements and set the targets. And it was a couple dollars off here and, you know, a couple $100 off here. I mean, but it does kind of tell you're in the right ballpark. You know, Bitcoin can move a couple $100 very easily at these levels. So it's a small percentage, you know, $200 out of 11,000. Let's see what kind of percent, how far off I was. Yeah, like 2% off. I mean, you know. All right, so getting back to this opportunity, if you are interested in learning about that trend trader a little bit further, I really suggest you guys take a look at this one right here. This is something I updated. I didn't actually talk about it earlier because I figured I'd leave off at the end with this after you guys saw the analysis, saw how, without me even looking at it, it matches, right? And I went through all the theory of how you get there with the Elliot Waves, the retracement, extensions, Fibonacci's, pitchforks. All those things are basically the same things that this software is analyzing. It's the same things the algorithms are using. So when you start realizing that there's a bigger picture of trading going on here, and although we want to think that we are the ones influencing the markets, there's a lot of money that are being played with algorithms that have been written to reflect Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci extensions, pitchforks, Elliot waves. It takes in the RSI, all that stuff. All that stuff that we, you know, typically don't want to do manually, and you know, there's a lot of time it takes. I mean, you saw, I mean, I spent a good hour with you guys on this one chart. So basically, you could just log in and get that same stuff without actually having to go through the details of how to get that, right? So basically, if you want to try this out right now until the 12th, which is only like another, what is it, 20 days? There's a promotion right now. You could, I mean, it's always free to try. You have a 30-day trial. You could try it out, see if you like it, whatever. If you sign up, you get 10,000. If you decide to stick with it, you actually get to keep those coin rewards. But it's just a way for you to like kind of check it out, give it a free test drive, see if you like it. Again, there's a promotion until the 12th. The coin rewards are based on the package that you start with, and you'll get so many coin rewards based on what you start with. And basically, they're giving double the coin. So if you normally get 100,000 coins, you'll get 200,000, not coins, but coin rewards. So you'll get double the coin rewards for whatever package you start with. And then right now, only until the 12th, those coin rewards can get converted to the CoinMD cryptocurrency, and you get 1 for 1. So if you have 200,000 coin rewards, it turns into 200,000 CoinMD cryptocurrencies. March 12th, CoinMD Exchange is being launched, and no longer will there be any kind of coin rewards given for the membership and you getting started. At that point, it's up to you to earn it in different ways, either build a business. Basically, we're going to start giving away coins for people being fit. So if you have like a Fitbit and you do a workout, you'll get so many coins for doing that workout. It's going to be linked to the site, and you'll start earning coins for living healthy. So everything that you do that's healthy, walking, going to the gym, lifting, doing yoga, whatever it may be, there's going to be a coin reward associated to that, which converts to the crypto. Now, like I said, after the 12th, there's no more coin rewards given to you just for starting. And as of the 12th, there's going to be an exchange that's going to allow you to buy and sell your coins. So as of the 12th, there's going to be a marketplace for you to get rid, to sell your coins if you get started before the 12th, and going forward. And what's going to happen is after the 12th, if someone joins CoinMD, they're going to be required to pay with the CoinMD coin. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to log into the CoinMD exchange, and the people that are looking to sell are going to have the ability to sell it to that new person that's looking to start. So there's going to be an ecosystem started, right? So in order to get started with CoinMD, you can't buy it with a credit card. You can't buy it with. You can only buy it with cryptocurrency, and it has to be the cryptocurrency CoinMD. So we're kind of establishing a marketplace for that, where people that have the coin, like say you have 200,000 coins, you have the capability of selling it to someone that wants to get started, and whatever the price may be, like the current price is 0.004, which is under a penny, but the amount of coins that people are going to be looking to sell and how many new people are coming in to buy is going to determine the price. So there's no guarantee on price, but the fact that any new member that comes on board must use CoinMD to purchase the package, it's going to create the need for that coin. So so that's how it is. So with that, if you're a member of CoinMD, you're going to have access as an option to get access to this trend trader. The trend trader is not a requirement. It's not, you don't have to do it, but in order to do it, you have to be a member of CoinMD. So it's a win-win, right? You get started, you get free coin rewards. They convert to cryptocurrency. After the 12th, you have the capability of selling those coins at the market price, whatever the market price is at that time. You'll have access to the trend trader, which you can start using for cryptocurrency. And more importantly, if you want to learn more about the other things of CoinMD, there's so much to talk about that there's no way that I'm going to be able to explain it here. But if you click here, there's a landing page where you can watch a short video. When you get started for 30 days, if you look in your back office, you're going to see a webinar schedule where all the work is done for you. There's no marketing that you have to do. All you need to do is invite somebody to the webinar, or ask them to sign up for free and look at the back office and decide what webinar they want to look at. They could come and they can learn. They can learn from the CEO, the president. They go over all the things that are going on with CoinMD, all the promotions, how you can earn if you want to build a business, how you can just get access to the CoinMD and kind of sit on it until you decide maybe you want to get rid of it. What else? How you can earn CoinMD by being healthy. How you can earn CoinMD by mining the coin. So those are all things that are going to be coming out. Basically, though, I want to make sure that even with this trend trader software that I talked to you about, we are not a financial company. We're not giving signals, or we're not investing for you. We're not handling your money. It's just a ad hoc report that can be generated on the website that you have access to, that will assist you in deciding for yourself when to buy and when to sell, when to get in, when to get out, what coins are interesting. You can do various reports, all that kind of stuff. But in order to really get into those details, you got to start for free, get into the system, get into the webinars. There's a special webinar associated to the trend trader. There's another webinar associated to the CoinMD, and we have various pillars, right? It's called wealth care. So not only do we want you to be healthy, we want you to be wealthy. So the wealth aspect, we're offering this trend trader to help you, assist you with your cryptocurrency trading, and it actually has Forex signals as well, depending on what package you want. And then there's the healthy living. There's a marketplace where you can decide to pay for medical services or health-related services with CoinMD and cash. You can invite doctors and people that you think would have the vision of taking payment of services in a cryptocurrency. So as you build your team, if you build your team with doctors, of course, that's going to help you generate commission. So there's a whole commission structure, compensation plan. There's way too much for me to talk about, and I made this video way longer than I wanted to. So if you're interested in a trend trader, or if you're interested in anything else that I just mentioned, just take a look at this right here. You know, take a look at this video right here, and sign up for free. You have no risk. You don't have to put in a credit card. You don't have to do anything. You could try the system for 30 days. If you stick with it and you decide to upgrade to a package, if you do it before the 12th, you're going to get coin rewards depending on what package you buy. You're going to get double what you would normally get. Plus, you're going to get the 10,000 coins that you got for signing up for free and trying it. So not only are you getting 200% of whatever you normally get, you'll get an extra 10,000 for the fact that you signed up and tried the system. So time is of an essence. You have, you know, pretty much, what, how many days here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 days. Got 18 days to try it out. Yes, it's a 30-day free trial, and in all honesty, if you decide you don't want to take advantage of the coin rewards, that's fine. But if you really want to position yourself to get 100% free coins based on the conversion from coin rewards, and you want to get your 10,000, and you want to get grandfathered in to allow yourself to buy and sell and trade your CoinMD crypto for new members that are joining and cash out. I mean, there's nothing wrong with cashing out or maybe taking out what you put in. You know, that's just being smart. So you'll have that as of the 12th. So that's going to be out. We're going to be on the CoinMD exchange on the 12th. So it's going to be available to anyone to come in and sign up to the exchange and purchase CoinMD coins. All right. All right, guys. Have a great night. Again, don't forget to put your Ethereum wallet in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. $100 going to be given away tomorrow night for this video. And again, like I mentioned, I want to be very clear here. The next giveaway will not be until we hit 1,100 subscribers. So we got about 98 more people that we have to get. Let's see how fast we can get there. I'm going to continue making videos, but every video will not be having a free giveaway. I want to make them more discreet. I want to make it so that you guys, you know, anticipate the next giveaway, and instead of just giving it away every day. You know, discrete goals, right? My next goal is 1,100 subscribers, and that's the way. That's the one. When we get there, I'll give back to you guys for being, you know, part of my YouTube channel. All right. So have a great night. Have a great morning. It's already 3 in the morning. So whatever time it is for you, have a great day, and I look forward to sharing some more information on my next video with you guys. And good luck to whoever wins. All right, take care. Have a great night.